Hi everyone, Sailor Moon Serena here, and today I'm gonna say why that I'm gonna talk about why I do what I do on YouTube. Now, this never comes up, not by any of my followers or my watchers, I should say, or lovers because they love you and your work. Um, and then that doesn't even really come up by the haters, but the haters would always say, "Oh, and you do it on YouTube and you play with dolls," as if like it's a slight, but it's not. But they want to make it out to be that way. So 9 years ago, or even longer than that, because I first came on YouTube way back in 2008, YL. But I didn't get a web shooter until the end of that year, so I wasn't making any films. So about many years ago, I started out with Sailor Moon Red, and Sailor Moon Red 1, and Sailor Moon Spec 1, and Sailor Moon Spec 2, and Sailor Moon on Tube, and Sailor Moon YouTube, and Sailor Moon YouTube misspelled a U, Sailor Moon Red 1, 2, 3, 4, and Sailor Moon Tube 11, which has gone through many names over the years. So, why did I even do it? Because no one else was making Sailor Moon films with the dolls. There wasn't. Not when I was on. Not when I first started. There wasn't. It wasn't how it is now, where there were some folks. Because like last year or a year before that, there was Sailor Moon Jacob, and he came and went. And there was someone else. Well, I don't know her name, but she does films with Sailor Moon squeeze dolls, but also squeeze dolls from other, live drawing shows. But besides those, that was it. There wasn't anyone else doing that. Not with squeeze dolls, not with wax dolls, not with any kind of dolls. So I knew at the time that I could get folks, that I could make films for folks that needed that need. Because I wasn't there. Yes, you had SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes, you had Mario. You had Sonic, and yes, you had Mickey Mouse. You had all those selves, but you didn't have anyone doing it with me at the time. And in the early days, I used to get a lot of watch time, and now I don't anymore. But in the early days, I used to get a lot of hate too. Why? Who knows? But I used to get it. You know, used to get mean words written on the films and on the fairway. Folks threatening they're going to do this and do that. Death threats, bullshit. Things that uh, you don't really need to go through. Like, you understand not everyone's going to like you or your work, and you understand that going in, that everyone's going to have their own take on it. But you didn't. But I didn't think that was going to mean death threats, you know, or shaming you and guilting you and besmirching your name in some way. Now, and then soon led to hacking and then fake flagging, and we all know because I've talked about those things many times. But I did meet a lot of friends along the way, or some of them hopefully are still my friends, like Michael Loggy 86 or Nick 2021 at one time. I have met some old friends and I got new friends too. So there was a need for what I do here. And no one else does what I do. Well, there might be some, but they don't do it the way that I do it though. They might not do it every day like I do. You know? So I knew there was a need for it. And yes, I might not get the watch time and looking for it. That's true. Not all my films are, you know, or not all my films get a lot of watch time. But I like doing this. I like coming on, making a Sailor Moon film, and then uploading it, furlaying it, and someone out there watching it, you know, never need, you gotta, and it's not for everyone. Some folks just can't, some folks are just, they don't have the skill or they just don't feel right doing it. But I do. And so, since there was no Sailor Moon YouTube Fairway doing this, I did it first. You could see I was the path seeker for everyone else to follow. And I like to think that anyone else is doing it now, that I was somehow the first one to do it and made it where they wanted to do it. And we all know there's going to be some folks saying, well, Sailor Moon Jacob and all the other folks that do this, they did it, they chose to do it because they wanted to. Yes, that's true. I had nothing to do with that. But I'm saying if it was not for me being the first one, it would not gotten them the thought to do it. And Sailor Moon Jacob reached out to me last year or the year before that, like 2 years ago, when he was on YouTube doing that. Um, I can't speak for the other folks out there that were doing it. Like there's someone else out there, Tina, whatever, I don't know, whatever her name is, that does Sailor Moon films, but she does other films from other drawing shows, for drawing films. And even though she has liked some of the things I've said in her films, she's never ever, reached out to me, so your guess is as good as mine. So anyway, just making a little film talking about why I chose to come on YouTube many years ago. Why I, came on YouTube going way back to 2008 while, but out of hacking and fake flagging and a bunch of other shit, and never, what led to this fairway 9 years later. If you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the last film we made yesterday over here, which would be Sailor fighting Maxwell Jacob Firedman. I, Sailor Moon Serena, and I'll see you later. Bye.